guys, welcome back to my channel. I can't be too loud because my family is sleeping. I just want to come on here and I want to kind of discuss on some things, how I'm feeling right now, how I, what I'm gonna do about it, how I'm gonna do about it, and stuff like that. I know this whole virus thing is getting us under the weather. We want to be outside. We want to have fun. We want to go somewhere. We want to shop for like 2-3 hours. We want to hang out with friends. We want to hug them. We want to like just be there. I feel you guys. You know, and all that kind of stuff. I will say this. I have a very good friend of mine, Victor, if you're watching this. He's a really good friend of mine. We worked on a lot of projects on his server, his portal, I guess you want to call it, or realm, whatever you want to call it in Minecraft. But he has built so many buildings. I have built mine. I went from building squares to now building buildings, and honestly, thank you, Victor, for showing me that and actually teaching me a little about Minecraft and what I can do. Another thing that I do want to kind of talk about, because I have seen Victor's video, I'm not going to touch on that subject. I do want to talk about putting people, like letting people help you, or let people know what's going on. Because I had this happen. It happened today, unfortunately. I'm not saying it's his fault. I'm not saying that it's their fault. But for me, throughout senior year, I've been an outcast from all of the seniors. And honestly, I've been an outcast through a lot of things in high school. I never did much. I usually eat lunch by myself or with Emily or with other people because I like to be around people. I don't have a lot of friends. I only have Emily. I have Victor. You know, those are the only two friends that I have that can be around me, that can understand what I'm going through, or understand that, okay, she's this because of this, or she's doing this because of she wants to. I never really had a lot of friends, to be honest. Most of my friends leave me. They don't want to be my friend, and all that kind of stuff. Another thing too is that throughout high school, for freshmen, I've been bullied. In senior year, I have done more things that I can handle. Now thinking back on it, I do regret a lot of things in my past, especially dating my ex, because we're supposed to get married and all that kind of other stuff, but it didn't happen because of this whole issue. He left me standing in front of Walmart for hours until my job closes. I didn't have a ride, so I was like crying. I was upset. I was like literally pissed off. Thinking about it, going back to that moment, would I change something? No. Would I want to change my high school? Yeah. I want to change the high school, but unfortunately I can't. We can't do that. We can't go in the past and we cannot change it. Um, a lot of stuff that I have told Emily, I haven't told my mom or my dad. I haven't told no one about it. Um, I did some stupid stuff. I'm not saying what. You can figure it out. That I haven't basically, what do you want to call it? That I have done. I try to be the best that I can possibly have in my own life, but it's really hard because I'm always like in my little bubble. I'm always like an outcast. I rather just like watch YouTube, play games, go do whatever I need to do to help my church, and then come back and just isolate myself. Um, that's that's what I'm good at. I like to isolate myself because it gets me to a point where I do have to think and I do have to like figure out what's making me want to do this. And um, this journal that I have right here is what I write in every single day, or almost every single day, that I think that something is actually like tick me off, or something that happened that I want to write about, and all that stuff. It is very, very hard for me to kind of come out and say what I want to say, and I just want to actually say that throughout my time, um, that it's just that it's like really crazy how some people can treat other people and get away with it, or try to find someone to either replace them or basically bully them. And I have been bullied before. I've been bullied. I have been the bully. I have done I have dealt with self-harm. I have dealt with suicide attempt. I have tried multiple things in my life, and do I regret it all? Yes, I do. I can basically go back and go through and all that kind of stuff. So I'm trying to be the best that I can possibly be, and I want to try to fix something in my life. I've been trying to go to this place where I can be free from like literally everything. Um, this is a video that I'm gonna be posting tonight because I need to get this out there. I don't care if there's hate. I don't care if people are basically telling me something else. I really don't care, because I feel that we all need love in this world right now. We all need to bring issues that you're going through right now. I'm just gonna basically say this. I do have issues with people that I do trust, like hiding things or basically not introduce me to people, because it makes me feel like I am not wanted, that I'm not like their friend, meaning like their brother or their friend or their sister or their like brother or whatever there is. And honestly, I can like 1 minute be all nicey nice, and then the second time I'm mean as hell. Um, that is what I'm working on. Um, so I'm just messaging my friend. I've been messaging Victor. He's one of my good friends that I can kind of talk to. I'm kind of like trying to open up to him. It's been really hard for me to open up to boys in particular because I've been bullied by boys. So it's been really, really hard for me because I'm always quiet, I'm always shy. That's just me. Another thing too that I want to talk about is basically where I'm at now and what am I trying to get at. Where I'm at now is that I have been basically clean from the self-harming, from suicide attempt for nearly almost a year. So it's been crazy. Another thing too is that if I had to pick who would I choose to take back, whether it's like my ex, which I'm not gonna mention, which is Zach, or Victor, who would I take back? Honestly, for me, I would take back Victor because he kind of knows me a little bit, and I basically know him because he's been there. I've been there for all of um, his bad side and his disappearing, and he's been there for half the time. He did apologize. Honestly, Victor, you're the first guy who ever apologized to me, actually. So I don't hold a grudge to anybody, but I will never forget what my ex did to me and all that kind of stuff. Where I'm at now is that I'm trying to break down my walls and trying to let people in as much as I can. But it is so hard because I have built a reputation to always isolate myself, and sometimes when I isolate myself, it gets really to a point where either I need to write down my thoughts in my journal, or basically kind of work through them. And there's been multiple times where I work through some stuff, and there's some times where I need to write stuff down and rant about every single little thing. It's really crazy because it's just crazy. And I want to read something from my journal. Like, I want to read something from my journal. Usually I basically don't want to actually tell you guys this, but I need to, because this is something that I basically have felt for a very long time. It's really not okay for someone who puts down other people. So on the 2nd, 5th of 20, which was February, from 3 a.m. to 4 a.m., I ended up writing down in my journal because it was just that time for me to write down some stuff. And the first thing is that when I was working in McDonald's, it was very hard, very crazy. I had mental and physical breakdown almost every single day, and not only that, I couldn't like think right, I couldn't do anything, like my mind was frozen basically. And to this day, it's because of work, because of stress, because how people put me down, how people want to talk behind my back. And it got to the point where I started to basically like like physically and mental breakdown to where I want to literally go back on my self-harm. And if I actually did that, I was afraid that people might know and people might put me in a mental hospital, and I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to go to it basically. I didn't want to have that extension. I didn't want that to like literally happen. So I end up moving back to Louisiana, and that's where I'm at now. Honestly, I've been here just thinking and going through declining my brain and all that kind of other stuff, and all that kind of stuff that I need to do. Not only that, my friend Victor, which I know he's probably gonna watch this, he's been that day he's been checking up on me from that day, and we've been talking ever since. Like he's working on himself. I was working on myself. For me, it's gonna be a while for me to date. I don't know when I'm gonna be ready to date. It's gonna take a lot of effort from me, a really time to really think and to really understand. At some point in this video, if I do cry, don't hold me. This is the first time that I will be actually crying on camera, just to let you guys know. So that'll be something. So that day was kind of different, and then what I ended up actually doing is something that I need to change in my life. And what I need to do is change my attitude, because I do have an attitude issue. I do have tendency to get attitude. Another thing is not to yell at people, not to like really scream at people or get like upset or anything. Not only that, don't fall for the world, because honestly this world is basically evil. And for me as a Christian, I do need to read the Bible more. I need to talk to God and pray and all that stuff. Another thing too is that everything here is just me writing into my journal what I am feeling. Why am I feeling this way? How can I change it? What can I do for it? And all that stuff. Honestly, for me, the one thing that I didn't put on here is morals for my guy to have. And I'm gonna say it here because I kind of want to say it on here, is that number one, he has to not talk over me when I try to. I know some of my friends does it, and that is okay. Another thing too that I want a guy to have is to be himself. That's the one key that I'm looking at. The number 3 is to respect who I am. Number 2, this is one of the bigger ones. This is the one that I like for me to have these bottles, I tend to forget. So this video is gonna go out there. I'm gonna rewatch it and I'm gonna write it, and we're gonna go from there. Number two is that I want him to walk beside me and help me along the way, but when I don't need help, to be there just in case I fall, because I have a habit of actually falling back into that mental state, and I don't want that to happen. The number one reason is that he's gotta love me for me and not worry about how much I weigh, not not saying, oh, why you wear makeup, why you don't have makeup, why this, why that, and so on and so forth. Lastly, that he does need to have is that he needs to be funny. He needs to be funny, because I like to laugh. I need to put laughter in my, like, into myself sometimes. I need to, like, literally laugh at stupid random stuff. It's really crazy. 2020 is here, but it's like coming to an end so quickly, because of this whole virus thing. But since the lockdown of this whole virus, it really made me end up actually thinking about a lot of stuff. I've been decluttering so much in my brain. It's so much that I can barely take. But yeah, just like I said before, like, who am I gonna take back, Zach or Victor? It will be Victor. It will be Victor in a heartbeat, because honestly, we get along so great. Honestly, I do regret breaking up with Victor in high school and go with his friends. Honestly, I hated myself for it for a very long time, because the stuff that his friend ended up actually doing to me was not okay, and at that moment I did not know about it until, like, looking back on it now. So that's one thing that I do regret, that I do think about every single day, and it's just crazy right now. I'm just like trying to break down these walls as much as I can. I know I'll build like probably a lot of walls, but with God on my side, he will help me break. He already broke some of the walls. He can break it again in an instant. But Victor, if you are watching this, this is how I feel. This is how sometimes I think about this and all that kind of other stuff. Even though Zach ended up doing me dirty, the one thing that I did promise myself after is that I'm not gonna let a guy who's gonna take advantage of me ever again. If he does, he's gonna be literally cut off of my life. And the one thing that Victor did actually promise me, that he will never ever disappear ever again. No matter what am I doing? I don't know why I'm talking about these things, because my mind is going this mile per hour, like 1,000 miles per hour. But Victor's an awesome friend. Emily's an awesome friend. I just wished that I could have stayed in my senior year at Port Angeles and graduated, and then go somewhere else where my name wouldn't be there. But things happen, things change, and all that kind of stuff, and all that fun stuff. So one more thing before I end up going and actually watching some YouTube and probably fall asleep. Is that you might see another video later on today. You might not, depending on how I feel. One more thing too is that ever since I moved to Louisiana, like, I have no friends here and all that kind of other stuff. My friends is in Washington, in Port Angeles, Washington. What am I gonna do in the future? I don't know when it's gonna happen, but I am going to literally save up my money and I am going to literally buy a house in Port Angeles, and I'm gonna move to Port Angeles because my friend Emily's there. Me and Emily agreed to be roommates. Yes, I'll be like visiting Victor every now and then just to hang out. Because probably at that time I'll be ready to date, probably not. Who knows what's gonna happen? But other than that, guys, I hope you guys have a great morning, evening, day, night, whatever day it is. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.